Countless NFL players have shown that age really is just a number. Some youngsters dominate as if they've been doing this for 10 plus years. And some old guys are continuously fighting off father time, looking 5 or even 10 years younger than they really are. With that being said, let's dive into the best NFL player at every age. Before we get started, we should tell you that the ages are based on how old each player was at the start of the 2021 regular season. 20 years old, Penei Sewell. The number 7 pick of the 2021 NFL Draft has come exactly as advertised. Sewell is regarded as a generational offensive tackle prospect, truly unmovable rock on the Detroit Lions offensive line. The Lions will be one of football's worst teams for a little while, but Sewell promises to be a long-term franchise building block there. 21, Trevor Lawrence. Being a late 1999 birthday, there wasn't too much competition for Lawrence here. The first overall pick of the 2021 draft is the key component on a rebuilding Jacksonville Jaguars team headed by Urban Meyer. Even though the Jaguars will be mostly lousy for a while, Lawrence at least gives them some hope during this painful rebuilding period. We've already seen several flashes from the youngster. 22, Chase Young. He completely lived up to the sky-high expectations in his rookie year for Washington. The Ohio State product notched 7.5 sacks and 4 forced fumbles, leading the football team to a surprise NFC East Division title. It didn't take long for him to show the football world that he's already among the game's elite pass rushers. It's not too early to say Washington's new franchise face is on the verge of putting together a Hall of Fame career. 23, Justin Herbert. Remember when a lot of scouts and pundits thought Herbert would benefit from sitting in his rookie year? Yeah, that clearly wasn't the case. The Oregon Duck was thrust into the starting role in Week 2 of the 2020 season after Tyrod Taylor suffered a punctured lung. Despite not playing the first game, Herbert pieced together the best rookie quarterback season ever, throwing for 4,336 yards and 31 touchdowns against only 10 picks. Those 31 TDs were a rookie record. Herbert's overall skill set and football IQ ensure that he will be a top-tier quarterback for many years to come. The future hasn't been this bright for the Chargers since the Rivers, Tomlinson, Gates days. 24, Lamar Jackson. I still can't believe so many scouts and experts thought that Jackson would be better suited as a wide receiver at the NFL level. Lamar is already the most electrifying dual-threat quarterback we've ever seen. Sorry, Michael Vick. Not only is he the only QB to have multiple 1,000-yard rushing seasons, but he also led the Ravens to 2 AFC North Division titles in his rookie and sophomore seasons. Oh, and it only took him 2 years to win his first MVP award. Even if his passing game isn't on par with the likes of Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, and Tom Brady, none of those guys can run with Lamar, I'll tell you that much. 25, Christian McCaffrey. Run CMC gets a slight edge over here with Josh Allen because he's been playing at an elite level for a little longer, but it's close. McCaffrey is simply in a class of his own. Roger Craig and Marshall Faulk are the only other 2 running backs in history to record both 1,000 rushing and 1,000 receiving yards in a single season. He's dealt with some injuries as of late, but when C-Mac is on the field, he's one of the toughest players to contain in the entire NFL. 26, Patrick Mahomes. This was easy, because Mahomes is pretty much the best player in the NFL right now. We have never seen someone dominate through their first 3 seasons like he has. He's arguably the most talented player to ever play the quarterback position, and you better believe he has a shot at catching Tom Brady's 7 Super Bowl rings. 27, Derrick Henry. This was the toughest one. Tyreek Hill, Jalen Ramsey, DeForest Buckner, they were all worthy of consideration. But it's so hard to go against Henry. You don't see too many back-to-back rushing champs anymore these days, and you definitely don't see a lot of 2,000-yard rushers. 6'3", 247-pound humans are not supposed to be able to run and cut like Henry. It's that combination of size, strength, and speed that has made him perhaps the most intimidating running back since Jim Brown. 28, Davante Adams. Adams' continued dominance of opposing corners made this a pretty easy call for us. Like a fine wine, the Packers' wideout just seems to keep getting better with age. Even though opposing defenses know where Aaron Rodgers is throwing every time, he and Adams still have cemented themselves as the league's top QB receiver duo. Adams has helped the Green Bay Packers to 4 NFC Championship games dating back to his 1994 rookie year. He led the NFL with a ridiculous 18 touchdown receptions in 2020, despite missing 2 games. A crafty route runner, Adams has recorded double-digit touchdowns 4 times over a 5-year span from 2016 to 2020. That's pretty good, especially when you consider how many double teams he faces. 29, DeAndre Hopkins. Like Adams, Hopkins has really grown his case as the NFL's top wideout over these past 5 years. He put up jaw-dropping numbers with mediocre quarterbacks in Houston, well before the Texans drafted Deshaun Watson in 2017, and he's continued to dominate since joining Kyler Murray in the desert. Hopkins, who also looks like a safe bet to reach Canton, recorded 1,000-plus receiving yards in 6 of his first 8 seasons. His combination of insane athleticism, speed, elite route running, and sure-handedness have made Hopkins one of the game's most unstoppable pass catchers. 30. Aaron Donald. Didn't really have to research this one at all. Donald is far and away the best defensive player in football. With all due respect to all the other stud defensive players in today's game, none of them can even hold a candle to the 3-time Defensive Player of the Year. Donald is in his own class, and he'd be a shoo-in for Canton if he retired today. Age 31, Travis Kelce. Presently speaking, the birth year 1989 may have the deepest group of NFL talents: Cameron Jordan, Von Miller, Rob Gronkowski, etc. The list goes on, but Kelce is one of the best offensive playmakers in the game today. He has been on a historically dominant run ever since Mahomes became the quarterback in Kansas City. Heck, at this point you could legitimately argue that he's the GOAT of all tight ends. Kelce is the only tight end in NFL history to record 5 straight 1,000-yard seasons, and he has the record for most yards in a season at the position. 32. Russell Wilson. It's not hard to go wrong with Russell Wilson in this spot. The guy just gets better and better every year. If the NFL did a redraft with all the franchises and current players, how many guys do you actually think would get picked ahead of Dangerous? Scattle hasn't had a losing season under the Super Bowl 48 champion. In his age 31-32 2020 season, Wilson threw a career-best 40 touchdowns. Is 50 touchdowns in his future? We wouldn't bet against it. 33. Matthew Stafford. The Los Angeles Rams rescued Stafford from the dysfunctional Detroit Lions. He can put together the final pieces of his Hall of Fame application while playing for Sean McVay and the powerhouse Rams. Stafford did so much on a rebuilding, mismanaged Detroit team for 12 years. It's only fair that he can spend the next phase of his career competing for Super Bowls on a perennial contender. This man deserves it. 34. Jason Kelce. Like his brother Travis, Jason has constructed a glorious career that just may see him earn a gold jacket one day. The Philadelphia Eagles struck gold when they selected Kelce in the 6th round, 191st overall, back in the legendary 2011 draft. Kelce, a longtime key cog on one of the NFL's premier offensive lines, played a key role in the Eagles' Super Bowl 52 championship season. There are only so many true franchise centers in today's NFL. Kelce has been among them throughout the majority of his career. 35. Calais Campbell. The 6-time Pro Bowler may not be in his prime anymore, but he remains a quality playmaker for the Baltimore Ravens' stingy defense. Campbell, who was named to the NFL's 2010s All-Decade team, helped the Cardinals to a surprise Super Bowl 43 appearance in his rookie year. Then 9 years later, as the leader of Saxonville, the 6'8", 300-pound giant helped the Jaguars make a stunning run to the 2017 AFC Championship game. He's already made a huge impact with a couple of different teams. The Ravens are hoping Campbell can keep it up with them for a few more years, and maybe the end result for him will be that elusive first Super Bowl ring. 36. Matt Ryan. It's too bad, but it feels like Ryan will be more like a Tony Romo, more fairly uncriticized than credited. The 2016 MVP would be a slam dunk for the Hall of Fame if his Atlanta Falcons didn't collapse in Super Bowl 51. This man has put up remarkable numbers on an otherwise mediocre team that has rarely provided him with a strong rushing game, a quality offensive line, or a competent defense. The Falcons have not been the same since that awful Super Bowl meltdown, but Ryan remains one of the game's most prolific passers. Folks may not realize that unless he follows in the footsteps of Matthew Stafford and gets traded to a contender. 37. Aaron Rodgers. Rodgers is now in his late 30s, but age is seemingly just a number for this guy. A-Rod now looks just as good, if not better, than the 27-year-old who quarterbacked Green Bay to a Super Bowl 45 championship. He won't match Tom Brady's rings, but there's a case to be made that Rodgers is the all-around most talented QB of his generation. Even if you're not a Green Bay fan, you kinda shoulda hoped that this all-time great gets at least one more ring before he calls it quits. Rodgers deserves it. Age 38, Ryan Fitzpatrick. The beloved journeyman can still sling it all right. Fitzpatrick has never been a star, but he's had some nice moments with a number of teams, like the Buffalo Bills, Texans, New York Jets, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and Miami Dolphins. It might be a good time to note that he has more career passing yards than Tony Romo, Steve Young, Y.A. Tittle, and a few other people I'm going to list right here. You gotta love his determination and resilience to continue doing it at his age. 39. Ben Roethlisberger. Even though he's endured several injuries throughout the years, the Pittsburgh Steelers franchise quarterback is still operating at a quality level with his 40th birthday approaching. Roethlisberger may not be a top 20 quarterback anymore, but it's still admirable that he's capable of helping his team win division titles and compete for Super Bowls, even if he hasn't really come close to winning any as of late. Not many quarterbacks have played at the level that Big Ben has in his late 30s. And so with Drew Brees, Adam Vinatieri, Don Muhlbach, and Phillip Rivers all retired, the NFL was lacking players of the 40-plus club. So we decided to give Tom Brady his own club right here. Somehow and some way, TB12 just keeps finding ways to wow the football world, winning a Super Bowl at age 43 in 1 year with a new team. That may have been the greatest achievement of his iconic career. Very few quarterbacks ever put together a half-decent season after turning 40, and yet, here's a 44-year-old Brady playing like he's 24. The next time someone tries to tell you that Father Time is undefeated, just remind them of the name Tom Brady. What changes would you make to our list of the best NFL players from every age to 40? Join us in the comments section below. If you're new here and you haven't subscribed yet, now's a great time to do that by hitting that subscribe button down there. If you like the video, then hit the like button. We'd surely appreciate it. And until next time, tune in to TPS every single day for more cool videos. We'll see you.